What is one opportunity hiding in plain sight right now that most small business owners are completely missing, and why do you think we keep overlooking it?
The contracting with your local municipalities, county government, and state government is an overlook because most people don't know the process or how to begin.
Okay. And what would be your recommendation then on learning the process?
You start at the very local level at your home. That's always the best place to start. Introduce yourself to the city manager, the council. Begin to avail yourself of the local economic development office, and then regional, and then state, and then federal. But you've got to start somewhere. And if you're not known at home, you won't be known anywhere else.
Great, thank you. Okay, question 2. If a business owner walked up to you tomorrow and said, I want to work for your organization or the communities that we serve, what is the single most important thing that they should do first?
The single most important thing is they need to have a clear definition of who they are and what they do. And they need to know clearly what it is that that they're marketing and how that they want to interact with the local governmental entity. And most people, what I see is they're looking for any opportunity. You need to go with a plan in place about what you do and what benefits will accrue to the contract of the entity you're trying to contract with.
Great, wonderful. What is one opportunity hiding in plain sight right now that most small business owners are completely missing, and why do you think we keep overlooking it?
One opportunity in plain sight. Wow, that's a really good question. Honestly, I do think it is to be a part of the supply chain of all the big things that are taking place right here in Oklahoma. And a lot of the data centers get the news, big industry gets the news, but those bring so many ancillary things. They bring housing, they bring a need for retail, they bring a need for tourism. We're getting people into our communities. So I think there's a lot of opportunities for niche type markets. During the panel, I talked a lot about native-owned businesses, telling their story, whether that's their history, whether that's their food, their culture. Especially as we start seeing a lot more downtown revitalization, those are great opportunities for small businesses to find good locations for retail and food establishments, things like that. So I really think everybody thinks I need to be the biggest and the best. Well, let someone else take the heavy lift. Come in on their coattails, so to speak. It's all relational, and so I think that's probably the most overlooked opportunity.
That's great. Thank you for that. Okay, Question 2.
Okay.
So if a business owner walked up to you tomorrow, small business owner, and said, I want to work for your organization, the city of Muskogee, or say, the areas surrounding Muskogee, what's the single most important thing they should do first?
I would want to make sure that they were in touch with the right people, and I would probably lead them in the direction of the Small Business Administration, because they have so many resources, whether it's not just financial, but business planning, things like that, to make sure that they have a good foundation underneath them, that they've done the research that they need to be successful. I could tell you to go to our planning department and we'll get you all the permits and things you need, but make sure you're learn to walk before you run and fly, so to speak.
That's great. So do your homework.
Do your homework, and there are so many resources out there, and that's why I preach, get connected. These opportunities, people, if they don't have the answer, they want to help be part of the solution. So they're going to share information, say, here, you need to talk to Melissa or Kendall, because they're going to have the first basic steps that you need. So,
great. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
What is one opportunity hiding in plain sight right now that most business owners are completely missing, and why do you think we keep overlooking it?
I think one thing that is in plain sight that people may not take advantage of is like the chamber. The chamber has a lot of free classes that you can take, and I think sometimes people don't even think about that. Or just conversations like go to your economic development corporation. You know, go to the city, go to the community development departments that are within your city, and say, this is what I'm looking at. Do you see any problems with? I mean, like we're not gonna write your plan for you, but we can say, that may not work in our city. This is maybe where you need to go. Like, you know, if there's some big red flags, or we'll give you the layout of where you can find our ordinances, or what you need to do, or how many bathrooms you need to have because of how many square feet you have, you know, in your building, or how many parking spaces you need to have. Those types of things. I think sometimes those is so black and white, and you can find things on the website. Sometimes it's so easy. People try to make it hard, you know, but all those resources are readily available. And then just attend chamber events and talk to other people that have businesses. And it doesn't even have to be the same business as yours. It just has to be at a starting place, you know, because they all had to start somewhere. Exactly. And that's where you're at now. So I think maybe just resources that are free are just hiding in plain sight.
Yep, you're exactly right. So, okay, if a business owner walked up to you tomorrow and said, I want to work for the city of Broken Arrow, what is the single most important thing they should do first?
So I would say they have to be signed up as a vendor. That's one of our very first things. And it's a process. It's not a long process, pretty simple. I think it's maybe a couple of pages, but they can't even bid on projects or anything without being a vendor on our vendor list. So I would say that first. And then depending on, you know, what it is that they want to sell, then talk to that department and just kind of see what our guidelines are. Again, things like that are probably on our website, but we still in Broken Arrow, we have real people that you can talk to, so you can sit down and talk face to face and just kind of let them know, you know, what you're selling, what you're thinking about, and kind of see what we like to look at and when you're doing a bid and things that are important to us. And we can't direct you on what to do on a bid, but we can definitely tell you where the paperwork is, you know, when the deadlines are, and what you need to do. But getting signed up as a vendor would definitely be the first thing I would tell them to do.
Thank you. What's one opportunity hiding in plain sight right now that small business owners are completely missing, and why do you think that we keep overlooking it?
There's a lot of opportunities hiding in plain sight for whether it's business loans, business grants, or just education to help businesses perform better. The problem is that I feel like small businesses get so consumed with doing whatever it is that they do, they just don't have time to reach out and find those opportunities. I really would hope in the future government will do a better job of making sure they're evident. But right now, what a small business owner needs to do is they need to spend a little time researching that and make sure that they are optimizing any opportunity that they have.
I resonate with that as a business owner,
Right.
and since you have been in the business world, you understand that sometimes we put our head down, and when we look up, the world has moved on.
Exactly.
I get it.
Exactly. Successful
Okay.
people are focused. That's right.
Okay, question 2. All right, so if a business owner walked up to you tomorrow and said, I want to do work for your organization or your community, what's the single most important thing they should do first?
Well, the single most important thing for me is first they have to be a benefit to a municipality. But the good news on that is that there's a lot of things that municipalities do, depending on what community you're in, the size of the community. So the first thing is you need to be a benefit to this city. So I think you have to look at yourself and make sure, can I service this? And then understand that when you go to work for government, it's not the normal experience you get in just the workforce. We have a lot of rules. There's a lot of bureaucracy that you have to work through. But the reason why government does that is because it needs to be fair to everybody. So when you go in there, you're not really going to get special treatment, but you need to stand out amongst everybody else.
Great.